Tristar Academy in the great state of Illinois. How you doing? It's Charles once again, and I'm back to answer your questions here. This whole video is devoted to Serbian food because it's one of my favorite topics. If you watch any of my videos, I've made so many about Serbian food. The food here is very different and it's very, very good. Good quality food. A lot healthier than what we're used to eating in the United States. The United States is big on processed meals, processed foods. Here, it's fresh is what is the big thing. So anyway, Alex, Clayton, Brian, and Jaden, you guys all ask about the Serbian food. And there's a reason why I've got this big gut, guys and girls, because the food here is very good. First of all, when we talk about shopping for the food here, Serbians are not really big into the huge supermarket chains like we have in the United States. They're here, but Serbians don't go there typically to purchase food because number one, it's expensive, and number two, it's processed foods, and they're not really into that. Serbians are big into going something called a piazza. Piazza is like an outdoor market or a farmer's market like we would have back in Illinois, but you don't see Americans shopping at those farmers markets every day. Here, Serbians typically have a smaller refrigerator, and daily they're going to go buy fresh tomatoes, fresh cucumbers from a booth in this big outdoor market. It's great. Also, their meats. A lot of the Serbians will do the same thing with meats. Smoked meats are very common here, so farmers at their home, they're going to butcher their own cow. They're going to hang the meat to smoke it, make their own sausages. They know right where that meat's come from. They know what the cow and the pig is eating because they raise the thing itself. And in the United States, unfortunately, lots and lots of our meat comes from these big cattle farms where they're kept in a little stall and they're eating this GMO grain and such. Here, they're not. Here, it's very healthy, raised nicely. And you don't have lots of pesticides and preservatives sprayed on the vegetables and things. They come straight from the garden to you here. So it's really nice. The prices are very cheap in comparison. But when we talk about Serbian food is really meat-based. It's lots of meat here. So if you like meat, it's a great place. If you're a vegetarian, there are vegetarian options here. There's some restaurants around, but it's just not that common here. When you go to restaurants here or a Serbian home to eat, it's a little different than us. If you go to a family's home for a special occasion or you're a foreigner and you eat at a friend's home, you're treated like a very important guest here in Serbia. If you go to a friend's house or somebody's home, they're going to treat you wonderfully. They're going to bring lots and lots of food. And one difference, it comes in waves here, you could say, like a wave, First, when you come to a Serbian's home, a lot of times they're going to have little snack foods. You're going to have a cheese tray, some meats, some little breaded things to eat. Then you eat that. Then they're going to bring out a big thing of soup. Okay, they clear the table, bring out a big bowl of soup. You eat, or a big kettle of soup. You're going to eat maybe a bowl of that or two, and then they get rid of it. Then they bring out the main course. The main course is going to be lots of different meats, maybe sheep meat, pork. Pork's very common here. Some chicken, lots of things like that. You're going to eat that, then they're going to get rid of that. Then they're going to bring out maybe some salady things like that. Then they get rid of that, and then you get desserts coming out, like all these little candy little things and cakes and such. So you got to really prepare yourself when you go to a Serbian home because it's not like the USA. You don't just get one big serving of something and you're done. USA, maybe we have like the main course and then we have the dessert. Here it's like about 4 starters, soups, main course, some other things, and then desserts, So it can be 5 things. It can be tough. But it's really, really good. Lots of pork in this country. Pork is a very important part of the Serbian diet. So for Muslims and people like that, it's a tough place to come here. I'm friends with a lot of Muslims that live in this country, and they have it hard to find a place to eat because it's forbidden for them to eat pork. But I like pork, so it's good for me. There's something here called rostil. Rostil, you're going to see a lot of pictures of it. It's like, you could say, barbecued meats, baked meats, things like that. Really, really good. Something called a pljeskavica. It's like a burger, one of our burgers, but it's like this big. It's about this thick. You can get them stuffed with cheese inside it and bacon inside it. They're really big. you can get something called cevapi. It's a very important item here. They're little, they look like sausages, but it's actually like sheep meat, sometimes pork meat mixed together, seasoned really nicely. And they look like little sausages, but it's just meat. Or not, pork, spiced pork is not what it is. But there's bread, homemade breads you're gonna see a lot of in this video and everything. But Serbian foods are just some of the best you could ever eat. There's very few things here I do not like. Almost everything you find is tasty and good. And I'm gonna show you some pictures of it here. So check it out. I put a little description of what it is. And so you're gonna see a little bit of what Serbians eat. That's it, bye-bye.
Oh my God. They weren't lying about the meat here. The cevapi, this stuff here, ungodly good. You got kolbasica, a big thing of bacon, some pork tenderloin, some chicken. Look at this, man. Veselica. Oh, but look at that, man. Have you ever seen anything so beautiful? Look at that. It's got really hard skin under here. You got lots of fat and meat. God, that fat. I don't think you're healthily supposed to eat it, but God dang it, that's phenomenal. Melts almost. It's like candy. You know, here in Serbia they make something called cvarci. It's like this thing made out of pig fat that they like. It's in little circular things, and then they just munch on it, like when they drink beer and things like that. And here's the bacon. Look at this, man. It's like a pancake, you know? God, such good stuff, dude. That's so nice to have fresh, smoked bacon. Good people over here in this country, I swear it. Go Virginia.
Okay, guys, this is one thing that they eat here in Serbia. They use these, this is similar to like French fries or something, but it's a whole fish, and you just put it in your mouth, eat the whole thing. They're really good. Looks odd, but it tastes good. These are very common here. These are the most common cookies. They're like little wafer cookies called Jaffa is how you pronounce it, but chocolate with wafers. And this is a Strauss plasma, it's called. And this is like cream, chocolate ice cream, walnuts, ice cream, and plasma is like little cookies that are very popular here. So it's crumbled up cookies on top and in here with the walnuts, I guess. But these are really, really good. That's dessert.
Boże